morning and happy Friday, VBHS. We hope you had a great week. Here's your Pointer Pack News, episode 189.
Seniors, remember there are some really busy times ahead for you, so I wanted to give you an update on some dates. April the 28th is Arkansas Scholars. It will be at 6 o'clock in the Fine Arts Center. You will have gotten a letter and an invitation. I need you to RSVP to me as soon as you can. April the 29th, Top 40 Banquet. You guys who are Top 40 students, you know who you are, 6:30 p.m. May the 6th, Scholarship Night, 6:30. You will receive an invitation, and if you have not filled out your senior information sheet, please get it to Miss Nelson so I can celebrate you that night. And if you have any questions, make sure that you come and see me or you shoot me an email.
Van Buren High School's annual baccalaureate service is coming up.
This is an opportunity to celebrate and bless seniors as they move on into this next phase of their life.
There will be worship and a guest speaker.
Mark your calendars for Wednesday, May 7th at 7 p.m. in the Fine Arts Center.
Hey VBHS students, I want to talk to you about our ACT class. Everybody wants their ACT scores to go up, and we all think we're going to practice, and we never find the time. So what our class is designed for is to do that for you. All right, so the classes are from June 2nd through the 13th. The ACT test is June the 14th, so we spend from 8 to noon each day preparing you for this test. All we do in the class is just, like I said, make you practice it and then analyze and fix. So it's all about what you bring to the table, what you can do. And at the end of 2 weeks, you do better on your ACT test, and then you have a great rest of your summer. Please join up. The deadline to sign up for the ACT test is May 9th, and that's also the deadline to sign up for our class. We don't want you to pay extra for the test. If you wait till after May 9th, you will have double fees. So sign up for the ACT test, and then the class is $25, and you can pick up a form from your English teachers, the counselors, or myself, or I also emailed you, so check your email. Thanks.
More to put on the calendar. The 2025 Youth Police Academy applications are available in the front office. Applications are due by April 18th. That's today!
All right, I'm Dr. McLean. I'm a sponsor for TSA, and we went to Little Rock last week, and we had several of our students compete in all kinds of different competitions. We actually had 2 of our video game design competitors, Isaac and Farah, compete and play second at state. And we also had Malin compete in children's stories, and she placed second as well. And they all qualified for nationals, which we get to go to Nashville in June to go compete. So we're excited about that. We just wanted to congratulate them, and also if any other students are interested in participating in TSA for next year, we'll have a kickoff meeting at the beginning of the year, and you can learn all you need to know about TSA.
If you didn't know, Earth Day is celebrated annually on April 22nd. It was first observed in 1970 and is a global event dedicated to raising awareness about environmental issues and promoting environmental protection.
We are Earth. Every breath we take, every drop we drink, every moment we live is tied to this planet. But the balance is breaking. Protections are vanishing. The air grows thick with pollution. The land cries out. Once we rose up, we demanded change, and we won. Now we must rise again. We're no strangers to hard times, and we know the only way through is together. Because silence is surrender, and action is power. Act for clean air, for safe water, for your children's future. The choices we make now will echo for generations. Your voice matters. Your actions count. This is our moment.
Be sure to tune in next week for our Senior Special episode. It will feature clips and interviews from everyone from Senior Week.
Here's last week's sports. The baseball team went 2-1 last week, splitting the doubleheader against Farmington and getting the dub against Bentonville. On Monday, the softball team traveled to Gravette, and Tuesday they traveled to Lincoln. Thursday, the track team traveled down to Greenwood for the Bulldog Relays. And Friday, the track team traveled to Fayetteville for some more Bulldog relays. On Friday, soccer and softball both traveled to Farmington to take on the raging Cardinals.
Here's this week's sports. On Monday and Tuesday, the baseball team had a doubleheader against Greenwood. On Thursday, the track team hosts the pointer relays here at Van Buren. Also on Thursday, soccer goes to Siloam Springs and softball is at Hackett. And today, the baseball team travels to Salisaw and the softball team goes to Siloam.
Here's next week's sports. Monday and Tuesday, the baseball team have a doubleheader against Harrison. Tuesday, soccer and softball both play Russellville at home. Thursday, the track team goes to the McDonald's relays at Southside. Thursday, softball goes to Boonville. Finally, on Friday, the baseball team goes to Southside. Soccer and softball both play Mountain Home.
Hello, welcome to your weather. I'm MJ Meteorologist, and here is your weather. Friday, we're going to have a high of 81 and a low of 66. Saturday, we're going to have a high of 72 and a low of 60. And then Sunday, we're going to have a high of 70 and a low of 56. Expect some showers Saturday and Sunday. That is your weather. I'm MJ Meteorologist. Stay dry.
Here are some U.S. health updates.
With falling vaccination rates and outbreaks that have caused more than 580 U.S. cases and at least 2 deaths, health experts expect hundreds or even thousands more to be infected in the coming months.
Kennedy calls for states to ban fluoridated drinking water.
The health secretary's announcement came on the first day of a tour through the Southwest to showcase nutrition legislation and other priorities.
Last week was heavy on the tariff info, so we'll keep it short this week.
Last Monday, Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel became the first world leader to speak to Trump in person since the president issued his tariffs.
Netanyahu reiterated Israel would eliminate trade barriers against the United States. Trump thanked him but promised nothing in return.
The market chaos reflects the uncertainty that foreign leaders are navigating.
Stocks briefly rose yesterday on unsubstantiated reports that the administration might pause the tariffs for 90 days.
But the White House social media accounts called the reports fake news.
And Trump threatened even more tariffs on China to counter its retaliatory duties on the United States.
A species of wolf that died out some 12,500 years ago lives again as the world's first successfully de-extinct animal, according to Dallas-based biotech company Colossal Biosciences.
Colossal scientists have created 3 direwolf pups by using ancient DNA cloning and gene editing technology to after the genes of a great wolf, the prehistoric direwolf's closest relatives, the company announced Monday.
Colossal had been working towards resurrecting the mammoth, dodo, and Tasmanian tiger since 2021, but the company had not previously publicized its work on the dire wolves.
More on wolves. This massive milestone is the first of many coming examples demonstrating that our end-to-end de-extinction technology stack works, said Ben Lamb, Colossal's co-founder and CEO, in a news release. Our team took DNA from a 13,000-year-old tooth and a 72,000-year-old skull and made healthy direwolf puppies.
The 3 dire wolves are living on a 2,000-acre site at an undisclosed location enclosed by 10-foot-tall, 3-meter-tall zoo-grade fencing where they are monitored by security personnel, drones, and live camera feeds. Colossal said the facility had been certified by the American Humane Society and registered with the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
Colossal has raised at least $435 million since founding the company in September of 2021 and first announced plans to resurrect the mammoth.
The company says it's on track to introduce the first woolly mammoth calves in 2028.
But he said it's hard to imagine the dire wolves playing a role in an ecosystem, an outcome the company has said is the ultimate goal of its efforts to create genetically engineered mammoths.
In states like Montana, we are currently having trouble keeping a healthy population of gray wolves on the land in the face of amped-up political opposition, Preston said. It is hard to imagine dire wolves being released and taking up an ecological role, so I think it's important to ask what the role the new animals will serve.
More history finds. Skeletons of Roman Empire are found under a Vienna soccer field. Archaeologists found the remains of at least 129 people, many of them bearing the injuries of battle, dating to when Rome battled Germanic people nearly 2,000 years ago.
An ancient hunting kit is found in West Texas. The 6,500-year-old weapons found in a cave near Marfa could be among the oldest near-complete set of wood and stone hunting tools found in North America.
And lastly, an endangered Galapagos tortoise is a first-time mother at 100. Mommy, a western Santa Cruz tortoise, recently welcomed 4 hatchlings at the Philadelphia Zoo where she has lived since 1932.
Welcome to pop culture. Backstreet's back.
For our first headline this week, famous rapper Tay-K, who originally was sentenced to 55 years back in 2019 for a murder he committed in 2017, has a new conviction, and now he is sentenced to 80 years. The street's still gonna say free Tay-K.
What's this dude's name? Why am I forgetting? Rory Macklemore? What? This weekend, Rory Macklemore. What? Rory Macklemore? Oh my gosh, what is his name?
Old Roy.
Rory McRory. Cameron, what? How do I say his name? I'm calling him Rory. I'm not saying his last name.
McElroy. No one ever listens to Cameron.
No one ever listens.
Why don't you just listen to Cameron?
Since I have a speech impediment, this guy won the Masters.
Rory McElroy.
It's not Macklemore, and he's not going thrift shopping. Congrats. I see a lot of TikTok edits. He's quite the hothead, but I'm glad he won it.
Coachella!
So the biggest concert in the U.S. was taking place this past weekend and this upcoming weekend, Coachella. All your favorite artists will be performing there. Some of your favorite celebrities will definitely be in attendance. And you should probably keep up with it because there's always some cool stories that
Can
come
I say
out
something
about
about
Coachella.
Coachella?
Yeah, come on.
Also, the outfits for Coachella this year were absolute trash. Last year, they were amazing, but this year they wearing like shorts and a t-shirt. Like, it's Coachella. You gotta go all out. Anyway, James Charles didn't do good. Charlie, actually, hers was a really good outfit.
And y'all better start putting some respect on Missy the Queen Elliott. Thank you.
Yeah, they asked me to perform, but I was like, nah.
This just in. Actually, it's not just in. It's been happening since Monday. Senior Splashing, Senior Assassin has been going on. I died.
Cameron, while Avery was in the back of his Jeep for an hour and a half.
And it still didn't work.
I sat in the back of Cameron's Jeep for an hour and a half. In the heat, no AC. I was drenched in sweat, and I definitely had a heat exhaustion after.
But you did it.
But then...
Let's have a quick moment of silence for all those who've been eliminated so far. All right, thank you, DJ Yonder. Hey. Can you go back to DJ Yonder? Nope. Can you please go back to DJ Yonder? Thanks for tuning in to Pop Culture. We'll see you next week.
Can't get us.
Thank you for tuning in.
We hope you guys had a great week. Next week is our senior special, so be sure to tune in for episode 190. It will include interviews from Cap and Gown Day, the senior walkthrough, and snippets from senior breakfast.
And don't forget to DM your pictures to our Instagram at VBHS Pointer Pack News so you can be featured in student submission section of this episode.
Till then, wear your seatbelts, drink some water, and tell someone you love them. Have a great Friday.
So if you're lonely, you know I'm here waiting for you. I'm just a crosshair. I'm just a shot away from you. And if you leave here, you leave me broken, shattered alive. I'm just a crosshair. Then we can die. I know I won't be leaving here with you.
Get that freaking boot farming. Get clear. Get out. What the freak?